Back, back, back.
Welcome back, guys, to another video where we are going to be talking about hunting experiences of our own.
First off, we have this experience with the biggest buck I've ever seen in my life. Coming, 60 yards of us, our grandparents. Roll the clip.
That's the big one. What? That's the big one. Okay, I heard you. Oh, it's coming, Maddie. Get ready. Get ready. It's coming. Get turned around. Get ready. Oh, don't move. Do something. Snort, wheeze at it.
Man, I was shaking. When they responded to that ground was running at us, I thought it was going to be coming 15 yards.
I mean, like, with a gun, that thing would have been dead.
Yeah, I know. It came in 60 yards, but it saw that slightest movement, turned and got downwind of us. But hopefully, she's still out there. We've seen her one more time. But that's about it. Hopefully we can get her late muzzleloader season.
We'll have more after this. It has snowed.
You want more adventures with the Country Cousins? Click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell.
Next up is shotgun season. A few people shot some pretty nice deer.
One in particular that stood out was Luke Neighbor. This was his first year shotgun hunting, and he's got a crazy video and a story behind this.
Back.
This is by far the craziest hunting story I've ever experienced. So I came home for the weekend with a few of my cousins to go shotgun hunting for the first time with them. And the first day, the very night I got back, I ended up getting sick. So I was planning on going 2 days, but only ended up going 1 because of that. So the day we get there, I already really hadn't eaten much because I was not still sick, but just hadn't eaten in a while. First 4 pushes of the day. Didn't really see anything. Pushed a few, but no shooters. So the last hunt of the day, we were fighting for time, and we get to this spot, and they say, okay, Luke, we're putting you in the spot where you will for sure see a deer that you can at least shoot. I said, I'm fine with the doe at this point. I just want to fill the tag. So when they said, we're going to put you in the spot where all the deer run to, where there's going to be a big buck, I said, no, put someone else there. I just want to shoot a doe. And they said, nope, we're putting you there. So the way this property works is it's butted up against the river. So all the deer run down the ravine toward the river and then out the flat where they put me. So they said, don't be surprised if a deer runs 5-10 yards from you. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh gosh, this is not like anything I've ever experienced. Hadn't even shot a gun probably in a year and a half, or at least at a deer, I suppose. And so they get me, took 45 minutes to walk back there. They get me sat down in a good spot. And when I was sitting there, I wanted to lean up against a tree, which you can see in the video. I lean against the tree to my left. And there was this massive trail right in the lowest part of that ravine by the river that was very heavily traveled. So I thought, perfect, they're gonna run right there. I'm gonna have probably 30 yards for me to be able to stop them and then shoot them pretty much head on, but it didn't really matter, just shoot them center chest. That's what they told me to do. And so what I failed to realize though is that you should never put your gun in between 2 trees. Looking back on it, that's very obvious, but in the moment, I was just like, this is a perfect spot because I'm looking right at the one trail that's the biggest, and if for some reason they come the other way, I'll see them up ahead of time and I'll be able to maneuver to be able to shoot them. Well, time goes by, I'm adjusting my stuff, making sure I know where I'm gonna be shooting, and then I see a buck and 2 does, a mama and a baby, or a yearling, running down the ravine kind of towards one of our other pushers. So I was like, perfect, they're gonna get a shot. Ran probably 30 yards from them. It was Kale, actually. Well, it turns out he couldn't get a shot at them, could barely see them, and he kind of spooked them, so they stopped, circled back, and started coming down the ravine towards me. Thought, okay, here's my chance. Looking in the scope. At this point, I was basically like, if there's a buck, I'm gonna shoot it either way, assuming it's not like a forker or a little spiker. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this buck. And he runs right down that massive trail that I thought that I had set up for a perfect shot at to my left. Only problem was the doe was in the front. So it was the big doe, then the buck, then the yearling. And I thought, crap, how am I gonna get a shot off at this buck because it's right behind the doe? I can't really get a good shot. Well, I didn't have to worry about it long because the buck jumps over to a trail in the middle of the ravine, which I had not accounted for. I must not have seen it. It wasn't nearly as heavily traveled. And so now I'm leaning around the tree to my right that I'd kind of forgotten was there to try and get a shot at this thing while my cousin up the ravine a little bit is trying to stop the deer, saying, meh, meh. And then finally he kind of gets fed up with me and goes, Luke, shoot this deer. But I can't get a shot at it because I'm looking around the tree. So I quickly swing my rifle down around the tree. And by this point, this deer is barreling towards me, looking right at me. And I'm not even gonna lie, the first shot was from the hip. I did not have him in my scope at all. I shoot, then I get my rifle up and I get him in my scope and shoot 4 more times for a total of 5 shots. And he kind of curls away from me and goes back towards the pushers, but I'm still able to shoot him because I'm shooting towards the river where there's nobody. So I see the deer drop, super happy, but I knew it was gonna be a hilarious video. So hopefully you enjoyed. We ended up finding the deer. This is him. Definitely my biggest buck I've ever shot. Super thankful for all the pushers who made him run at me and cousins who told me what to do, showed me where to sit the whole day, and ended up finding 4 shots on the deer for sure. I still think I hit him all 5 times, but it's hard to tell. We for sure found 5 shots. One was in the neck, which was actually the first shot from the hip that I shot. And then there was a few in its hindquarters. I think there was one in its chest. And yeah, quite a crazy day for sure.
Man, he had a crazy experience.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good season, but we still got some tags to fill.
Yep, more videos to come. So click that notification bell and see you next time.